You will not have to press 1 for English or wait for the next available representative. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. At Ligon Jones Insurance Services, we have over 60 years experience. We all live in the Tri-Cities area, and we support many different local charities. From hot dog carts to hotels, we can cover it all. So if you want better pricing, better coverage, and better service, all from a company that gives back to the community, call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
At Owen Insurance Agency, you're not just another number to us. We're small enough to know you and large enough to meet your insurance needs. As an independent insurance agency, we have many available options to get you the best rate through the Hartford, Grange Insurance, Northern Neck, Progressive Insurance, or Dairyland Motorcycle. We offer great auto rates for all drivers and excellent homeowners coverage. You can also receive discounts when you combine your auto and home policies with us. Call or visit to compare. Let us do the shopping for you. Owen Insurance, 507 North 4th Avenue, Hopewell, 458-9400. That's 458-9400.
Heretic Feed and Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Heretic Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Heretic Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs. Located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia, for all your lawn and garden needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here this afternoon to Richard Bland Stadium here on Petersburg, Virginia, on the campus of Richard Bland Community College. I'm your host, Glenn Thomas, along with Fred Wynn. This afternoon, we'll be giving you the call of the Richard Bland Statesmen as they take on the Bryant and Stratton college team tonight. Richard Bland will take on Bryant and Stratton Bobcats here from Richard Bland Stadium. Richard Bland comes into this game coming off of a huge win the overnight, 74-51 home win over Patrick Henry on February 15th. The Statesmen, who are an outstanding 96, with Coach Moore as their head coach. The Statesmen this year, their record for this year is 22-4, 14-2 overall in the Region 10 conference, and they take on the Bryant and Stratton team, he's coming off a tough road loss to the Lewisburg Hurricanes, who defeated the Bryant and Stratton team on this past Thursday night by a score of 98-69. They suffered a road loss to number 5 Lewisburg, who is ranked number 5 in the nation. Your Richard Bland Statesmen are ranked number 8 in the nation in NJCAA basketball. And this afternoon, the Richard Bland Statesmen will take on the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats here from Richard Bland Stadium in Petersburg, Virginia. Mentioned earlier, Richard Bland is 24. Richard Bland is 22-4, 14-2 overall. The history between these two teams is a tie. Both teams have won 3 games in this series. Hopefully, Richard Bland continue to win. They get their winning ways tonight. Among some of your leaders for the Richard Bland Statesmen are leading scorer for Richard Bland is DeAndre Clark, who averages 12.7 points a game. Javon Arrington, who averages 12.3 points a game. And around out the top 3 leading scorers for the Richard Bland Statesmen is Jaquan Wooten at 11.8 points per game. Jaquan also leads the Richard Bland Statesmen with rebounding, averaging 9.3 points a game. Your Statesman leader in assists is Ricky Hicks Jr. with 4.8 assists a game, as well as Tim Bing Jr., who averages 3.7 a game. Your leader in assists for the Statesman is Ricky Hicks, who averaged 1.8 steals per game. Your Richard Bland Statesman set at number 2 in the NJCAA Region 10 standings right now, with almost a secure lock on number 2 at a overall region record of 14-2. As we mentioned earlier, 22-4 overall, but a 14-2 region mark right here. Next closest team, number 3 team, is Chihuahua Valley. Richard Bland's 2 losses, if you don't know, coming to the hands of the number 1 team right now in the region, and that was the Lewisburg Hurricanes. So Richard Bland is sitting at number 2. And then we go over to the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, as I mentioned earlier, 16-11 in the region, 16-11 overall, 12-7 in the region. They're led by Jordan Forbes, who averaged 17 points a game. Romello Anthony Anderson averaged 12.4 points a game, and Jannard Simpkins averaged 12.2 points a game. Lead rebound is Jordan Forbes at 8.8 rebounds a game. Jordan Forbes is also the assist leader at 3.5 points a game, and Alondo Jackson rounds out the steal leader for 2.2 2.5 steals per game. You're right now, the Bryant and Stratton team. It sets at the bottom, almost the bottom there, set right now in 5th place in the Region 10 conference, sitting in 5th place right now with a 12-7 overall record. Looking to move up to the number 4 or even to the number 3 spot if they can pull out 2 wins here. They're two wins away from getting into that number 3 spot, and they're looking to move up into the number 3 spot here in the region, in Region 10. We've got about 2 minutes before they tip off and go to the national anthem. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, more on this game, and hopefully we have the tip-off here from Richard Bland Stadium, Statesman Hall, as the Richard Bland Statesmen take on the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 and Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM.com. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
This is Jeff Butler, pastor of Hopewell's Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, and I invite you to come visit us sometime. We're a church that not only worships together each Sunday morning at 11, but on Tuesday nights serve our members and those from the community by bowling together at the 15th Street Bowling Alley from 6:30 to 8:30. The first Saturday of each month, we offer a free breakfast starting at 8:30, and each Sunday, rotating between afternoons and evenings, we offer a youth program for middle schoolers and high schoolers. We also have a preschool for ages 3 and 4. We support missionaries in Haiti and Russia, regularly support the Super Kids ministry throughout the Tri-Cities, and the Big Brother and Big Sisters program here in Hopewell. We think that the most important thing that we can do in our life is to give back to the Lord for how graciously and generously He has loved us in Christ. As we love God with all of ourselves and our neighbor as ourselves, we see lives changing for Christ, youngsters becoming mentored, the community being strengthened, and the Tri-Cities becoming more hopeful, joyful, and peaceful in the midst of the chaos of the world. I invite you to come check us out, Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, 1201 Blackstone Avenue, right here in Hopewell.
Shoes need repairing? Don't know where to take them? Cavalli's Leather Shop and Shoe Repair, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell is the place to go. Cavalli's features a complete line of motorcycle apparel, including vests, jackets, chaps, road packets, tool pouches, and gloves. Need a patch sewn on your biker's vest? Cavalli's is the place. They also carry Western boots and hats. That's Cavalli Shoe Repair and Leather Shop, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell. Phone 458-2016. Open 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturday. For all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting, call Ingram & Associates Real Estate at 804-458-9873. This announcement brought to you by Delegate Riley Ingram, representing the 62nd District in Virginia's House of Delegates, consisting of Hopewell, Prince George, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. You may call Delegate Ingram on his direct phone at 804-452-2202. The number again for Ingram Associates, 458-9873.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Statesman Hall as we get ready for tip-off. Once again, your Richard Bland Statesmen take on the Bryant and Stratton team this afternoon. The Statesmen take on the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats here this afternoon. Once again, the Bobcats come into this game 16-11 overall after a 98-69 road loss to Lewisburg on February 15th, and is coached by Cliff Coleman. The Bobcats have been led and scored this year by Jordan Forbes, who averaged 17.8 points a game. Sophomore Romola Anderson, who averaged 12.4 points a game. And freshman guard Simpson, 12.2 points a game. Bryant and Stratton averages 80.2 points a game, while allowing 81 points a game to opponents and scoring a margin, which is a score margin of 0.8 points per game. So some of the keys to victory for Richard Bland this afternoon. Richard Bland has to get off to a fast start on this Bryant and Stratton team. Can't afford to turn the ball over like they normally have done in the past several games, and the emotion has to be high. The other night against the last game out against Patrick Henry, Richard Bland took a while to get together, get movement. And tonight they have to get the pace going, have to bring the energy out here from the Statesman fans, and have to be able to run up and down the floor and take care of the basketball in order to win. In order for Bryant and Stratton to get to the game, they got to cause turnovers. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we have the tip-off here from Statesman Hall.
We play fifth.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. If you're looking for quality new or used trucks, Stroh-Snyder features the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh-Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oaklawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. Stroh-Snyder has been in business since 1966.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? Well, I know where I go, and that's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
Hello, my name is Andy Clark, and I'm an agent with Ligon Jones Insurance Services in downtown Hopewell. I'm here to tell you that at Ligon Jones Insurance, we're dedicated to serving you. You've heard all the gimmicks and sales pitches from 800 number and online companies, and we can offer all the same options such as accident forgiveness, disappearing deductibles, 24-hour claim service, home and auto discounts, and much, much more. What we offer that they can't is local knowledge and experience, a broader selection of companies and coverages, and personal service. When you call, email, or stop by Ligon Jones Insurance, you will speak to Lucky, Sherry, or myself, and you will not have to press 1 for English or wait for the next available representative. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. At Ligon Jones Insurance Services, we have over 60 years experience. We all live in the Tri-Cities area, and we support many different local charities. From hot dog carts to hotels, we can cover it all. So if you want better pricing, better coverage, and better service, all from a company that gives back to the community, call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're back here at Statesman Hall as your Richard Bland Statesman are being announced here. Once again, Richard Bland is taking on the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, who come in this game 16-11, 12-7 overall, 12-7 in conference. Richard Bland is 22-4. 22-4, 14-2 overall. Only 2 losses coming this year to the Lewisburg Hurricanes. So Rich in region, only regional losses coming to the Lewisburg Hurricanes have started to be announced right here for the Richard Bland. Richard Bland is coached by Coach Chuck Moore, who is in his 4th season. Richard Bland is 96-29 at Richard Bland overall career. Coach Moore is 144-45 overall as the head basketball coach. Some of the assistants that Richard Bland has is Brian Henderson, who's been with Coach Moore since he's been here for 4 years. Preston Beverly, who is at his 2nd year along with Coach Moore, and Mike Wynn, who is along with Coach Moore at his 1st year this year as an assistant coach for the Richard Bland Statesman. Richard Bland looking to, as we mentioned earlier, to get out to a fast start here over this Bryant and Stratton team, who has won. Richard Bland has won the Richard Bland won the game in January. But prior to that, Bryant and Stratton won the last 2 meetings. Won the last meeting from last year. The last 2 meetings last year with Bryant and Stratton swept the series, beating Richard Bland both times, and in Norfolk as well here in Petersburg, Virginia, Statesman Hall. So this afternoon, we're looking for a great contest. Getting ready to tip the ball off. Coach Moore is giving the guys a little bit of instructions as they go out to the floor. We're looking at Jaquan Wooten will be the one tipping off for Richard Bland, as well as number 11 for Bryant and Stratton. That is Denard Simpkins, the freshman, the 6'4" freshman from Virginia Beach, from Bishop Sullivan Catholic School there in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The 6'4", 180-pounder will be tipping, will be in their jump ball with Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten is your sophomore, 6'9" sophomore from St. Lenore, from Kingston, North Carolina. He is also the leading rebounder for your Richard Bland Statesman, as well as leading block shot. And the ball is up, and it will be Richard Bland ball kicked out to Ricky Hicks on the right side of the court. Ricky Hicks is there. You have Bishop Sullivan. You have Bryant and Stratton in their all black uniform with the white stripes with blue letters, and they are pressing early. Andre Clark to the basket, and we have a foul already there on number 10 for Bryant and Stratton. Richard Bland comes in dressed in a all home white right now, white with the diamonds down on the low diamonds down the side of the uniform, also with the green stripes, with the green numbers and green lettering. Richard Bland and Bryant and Stratton dressed again in their all black uniforms with blue lettering and blue numbers there. DeAndre Clark looked like he hurt his ankle there, and they're going to assist DeAndre Clark off the court right now as Miles Markland will come in for DeAndre Clark. That's a tough loss for Richard Bland. As we mentioned earlier, DeAndre Clark is the leading scorer for Richard Bland. We'll try to give you an update as much as we can on the condition of DeAndre Clark, but Miles Markland will come in for DeAndre Clark, and Richard Bland will take as they get DeAndre Clark to his seat. Hopefully, it's not that serious, especially this time of year going into playoff play. You would like to keep your sophomore guard who has experience on the floor and who is also your leading scorer. But nonetheless, back to the game. Ricky Hicks takes the ball out. Miles Markley in the game, get the ball into Javon Arrington at the top of the key. Try to get it down low to Jaquan Wooten, but Miles Markley gets the steal there. Back over to Ricky Hicks, as Ricky Hicks right now is running the offense for Richard Bland. Kicks the ball back over to Miles Markley, and as Bryant and Stratton is playing a man-to-man defense right now, and everyone's getting there. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ricky Hicks has the ball at the right side three, down low to Jaquan Wooten, who could not hang it, and that's a foul on number 10, and that will be his second foul. He's picked up 2 fouls right now within 45 seconds, and up off the bench will be Ezekiel Ingram, the sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia. Booker T. Washington High School, 6'8", sophomore, will come in right now. Ricky Hicks will take the ball out. New shot clock for Richard Bland. 30 seconds there. Ball fronted to Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten trying to go for the lead rebound. Not good. Rebound, Harrison Mitchell, and is blocked by Ezekiel Ingram, who just came into the game. And Bryant and Stratton has the opportunity, first possession of this basketball game. 19:06 left here in this first half. And Bryant and Stratton has the ball working from left to right to your radio dial as they penetrate there. Loses a hand on the ball, number 3. That's Reginald Davis has the ball. Number 20, DeAndre Dupree is running everything now. Top of the free throw line, couldn't get the ball down low. Ball is down low, and reverse layup is no good. Rebound, Jaquan Wooten as he kicks it out to Ricky Hicks, who's streaking up the right side of the court. Kick ball over to Miles Markley in the right corner. Miles Markley looking to get down low to Harrison Mitchell. Harrison Mitchell fronts Ezekiel Ellie in a 10-foot jumper by Harrison Mitchell over the stretched out arms of Ezekiel Ingram. And Richard Bland takes their first lead of the evening, 2-0. 18-19 left here in this first half. Battle back going up the court, left to right. Bryant and Stratton, number 20, Dupree moved there over to number 5, Romello Anderson. Anderson for the jump shot, and it's good. Romello Anderson hits the jump shot, and we are tied 2-2. Back up the court is Richard Bland real quick. Ricky Hicks, ball looking down low to Harrison Mitchell over to Javon Arrington. Arrington right wide wing for 3, and it's off, no good, but rebound was Jaquan Wooten, but Dupree comes up with the loose ball, and he pushes the ball back up the court. Richard Bland in a man defense right now. 2-3 zone. Javon Arrington is checking Dupree as he pushes the ball there, top key. Baseline there, number 11. George Simpkin running down baseline. The ball is out of bounds, and it will belong to Richard Bland. That's the first turnover of the evening. Bryant and Stratton turns the ball over, and it belongs to your Richard Bland statesman as the score is tied 2-2. 17:34 left here in this first half, and Richard Bland has the ball working right to left on your radio dial. Richard Bland is being led right now by Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks is pushing the ball up the court. Javon Arrington down there, down low to Miles Markley, back up to Arrington, who controls the ball back out to Miles Markley. On the left side, back to Ricky Hicks on the right side of the court, who's getting instruction from Coach Moore on what offense set to run. Javon Arrington back at the top of the key, right here by the half-court line, pushing the ball, penetrates and drives, and he loses control of the ball. Dupree with another steal, pushes the ball up the court to number 3, Ronald Davis. There was no traveling call. It looked like we would have a jump ball here. It is a jump ball call, and the ball will belong to Bryant and Stratton. 21 seconds left here on the first clock. A little hesitant play or real quick play here, sloppy play here at the beginning of this game as both teams try to fill each other out here, but it will be Bryant and Stratton's ball. 16:57 left here in the first half as they inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Blocked by Jaquan Wooten. Timeout, referee timeout. Said the shot clock didn't reset and might be putting 14 seconds back on the shot clock, but it's good defensive play there by Jaquan Wooten, who come over with the block. Big block by Jaquan Wooten, and the ball score is still tied 2-2. Putting 15 seconds here on the shot clock for Bryant and Stratton. And they'll be taking the ball out under their own basket, which is a basket on your radio dial, the right basket on your radio dial. Number 20, DeAndre Carter Dupree will be taking the ball out. The freshman from Norfolk, Virginia, Granby High School, as he tries to get the ball inbound, and it throws the ball at Ricky Hicks, trying to intercept the ball, and no good there. Number 11, Gerald Simpkins to the basket, no good, no rebound, and the ball is out, and it will be Richard Bland ball. Right now, Bryant and Stratton cannot get the ball in the basket. Richard Bland will take the ball out. Harrison Mitchell takes the ball out, give it up to Ricky Hicks, who's pressured by number 11, Jannard Simpkins, who kicks it over to Javon Arrington right now. Arrington back over to Miles Markland. Ricky Hicks has the ball now. Ricky Hicks with the ball, looking down low to Jaquan Wooten. He couldn't hit. He's pressured, and it's a steal by number 5, Romello Anderson, for the layup, and he is fouled by Ricky Hicks. It looked like Coach Moore had seen enough, and Tim Bing Jr. will come in the game for Ricky Hicks. And now you have Richard Bland trailing Bryant and Stratton for the 2. 16:26 left here in this first half. And Bryant and Stratton has the opportunity to take a 3-point lead if Romello Anderson can hit these free throws right here. Free throws up. And it's no good. Rebound, Jaquan Wooten. Tim Bing Jr. is running the point now. Ball up the court to Javon Arrington. Arrington trying to look down low. 2. Over the Miles Markland. This man defense right now is giving Richard Bland some trouble. Tim Bing Jr. for 3, and it's good. Tim Bing Jr. hits the 3, give Richard Bland the lead, 5-4, 16:07 left here in the first half. Dupree back the ball up the court for Bryant Stratton. Richard Bland also playing their man defense right here. Miles Markland on Dupree. Tough there going to the left. Try to penetrate and drive through. Right-handed scoop, no good. Jaquan Wooten with the rebound. Out to Miles Markland, pushing up the ball to go to the right side. Give it over to Tim Bing Jr. to Javon Arrington, back to Tim Bing Jr. for 3 again. And it's good. Tim Bing Jr. down the court again. 3. Another 3. And Richard Bland takes a 4-point lead. 2 big shots by Tim Bing Jr., who was also named, if I'm not mistaken, Tim Bing Jr. was also named the Richard Bland Athlete of the Week. And we can see why, because he has 2 big 3-pointers right now for the Richard Bland Statesman, which helped them lead by 4. Rebound, Harrison Mitchell, big rebound. Tim Bing Jr. pushes the ball back up the court for Richard Bland. As he penetrates, he drives through the basket. Ball is out of bounds off of Tim Bing Jr. That's a turnover, Tim Bing Jr. And DeAndre Joyner into the game right now for Harrison Mitchell. And Coach Moore is giving the guys instructions, a little upset over of that turnover. It will be Bryant and Stratton's ball, and some substitutions came into the game. Number 3 for Bryant and Stratton, Ronald Davis will take the ball out as number 1, Alonzo Jackson, the sophomore guard, 5'10" guard from Norfolk, Virginia Bayside High School, comes into the game, who's running points now for Bryant and Stratton. Gets down ball down low to number 35, Ezekiel Ingram, who kicks it back out to number 11, Jannard Simpkins, as Coach Coleman is giving instruction right now as Richard Bland pressures down low to Ingram. Ingram no good. Rebound blocked from behind by Jaquan Wooten. Ball. Miles Markland pushing the ball up the court, and it's almost stolen. Ball is stolen from Miles Markland, and Alonzo Jackson there over to number 11. Jannard Simpkins, who misses the dunk. Ball back to Richard Bland. Tim Bing Jr. slows everything down. Down low to Deion Joyner, and Deion Joyner finds it up. Tim Bing Jr. has come into the game. He really has set pace, and we have a timeout here on Bryant and Stratton. Is a full timeout, and we're going to take a quick commercial break here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 as your Richard Bland Statesman lead the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 10-4, 14:21 left here on Fox Sports Radio 1340.
At Owen Insurance Agency, you're not just another number to us. We're small enough to know you and large enough to meet your insurance needs. As an independent insurance agency, we have many available options to get you the best rate through the Hartford, Grange Insurance, Northern Neck, Progressive Insurance, or Dairyland Motorcycle. We offer great auto rates for all drivers and excellent homeowners coverage. You can also receive discounts when you combine your auto and home policies with us. Call or visit to compare. Let us do the shopping for you. Owen Insurance, 507 North 4th Avenue, Hopewell, 458-9400. That's 458-9400.
Heretic Feed Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Heretic Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Heretic Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs. Located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia, for all your lawn and garden needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Statesman Hall as the Richard Bland Statesman lead 10-4 over the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats here. 14:21 left in the first half. Richard Bland has a 6-point lead, all basically because of Tim Bing Jr., who's come into this game, has hit 2 key three-pointers for the Richard Bland Statesman. One thing is missing. DeAndre Clark has looked like he twisted his ankle, but we'll get some more reports there on DeAndre Clark more here. But back to the game there. Deep three by number 1, Orlando Jackson, who hits a three-pointer there, who closed the gap now 10-7. We have Robert Smith is in the game right now for the Richard Bland Statesman. Tim Bing Jr., Robert Smith, Deion Joyner, as well as Jaquan Wooten and Miles Markland. They round out the top 5 for Richard Bland. Deion Joyner with the miss there. Down low, Bryant and Stratton, and the ball is knocked out of bounds of Robert Smith, and it will be Bryant and Stratton ball right now. Bryant and Stratton trail Richard Bland by 3. 13:47 left in this first half. Been a good contest so far. Both teams been filling each other out early on in this ball game. Down low to number 3, Rolando Jackson has the ball, who's taken away from Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten has the ball, who kicks it to Tim Bing Jr., who's running in the middle of the court, who's setting the offense for 3. Tim Bing Jr., and it's no good. Rebound out to Miles Markland. Miles Markland slows everything down. Tim Bing Jr. setting the offense up right now for Richard Bland as he goes down low, back up to Jaquan Wooten high. Down low to Deion Joyner. Deion Joyner looks to work in the middle, down to Jaquan Wooten down low on the left side. Jaquan Wooten loses the ball to Orlando Jackson, and he's pushing the ball back up court to number 11, Jannard Simpkins, and look like he is fouled on number 0, Tim Bing Jr., and we look Javon Arrington and Stanley Taylor coming into the game for the Richard Bland Statesman as Miles Markland and Jaquan Wooten take a seat on the bench there. As well, we have another sub, number 3, Rolando Davis goes out as number 11, Jannard Simpkins comes back into the game for Bryant and Stratton. Number 0 takes to Mike Godson takes the ball out and can't get the ball in, throws it back over court. Number 11, Jannard Simpkins is running the point guard right now, running the offense for Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. As they look for low to fake the 3, down Dupree into the middle, and we have a foul. No basket. The ball is on the floor. Ball is on the floor. Foul on number 4, Robert Smith. That'll be his first foul. That'll be the team's third foul. And Richard Bland still leads Bryant and Stratton 10-7. And the ball will be on the floor and will be taken out underneath their own basket. Mike Gatson, the 5'10", 165-pound freshman from Northview High School, takes the ball out there. He's trapped in a corner. Gets the ball back into Gatson. Gatson back to Simpkins. Simpkins kicks the ball over to Orlando Jackson, who sets up the offense for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, and he's pressured there. 3, and it's good. 3-pointer, another 2-pointer by Jannard Simpkins. Foot was on the line. Tim Bing Jr. pushes the ball back up for Richard Bland Bobcats. Back Stanley Taylor into the game now over to Javon Arrington, looking down low for Devon Glover. Back to Stanley Taylor for 3, left side of the corner. No good. Air ball. Robert Smith with the rebound and the putback. No good. Robert Smith gets his own rebound and puts it back, and Coach Moore wants a 30-second timeout. As he takes a 30-second timeout, we're going to take a 30-second timeout as well. Here, you're listening to Richard Bland Basketball on Fox Sports Radio, 1340.
Shoes need repairing? Don't know where to take them? Cavalli's Leather Shop and Shoe Repair, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell, is the place to go. Cavalli's features a complete line of motorcycle apparel, including vests, jackets, chaps, road packets, tool pouches, and gloves. Need a patch sewn on your biker's vest? Cavalli's is the place. They also carry Western boots and hats. That's Cavalli Shoe Repair and Leather Shop, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell. Phone 458-2016. Open 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturday.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Statesman Hall as the Richard Bland Statesman lead the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats by the score of 12-9. 12 minutes and 23 seconds left here. Glenn Thomas on the call along with Fred Wynn. Right now, Richard Bland and both teams are still filling each other out here in the first half. Some ill-advised shots here, but Bryant and Stratton ball working left to right on your radio dial right now as Richard Bland comes out in a man defense. Ball out to Hopkins, no good rebound. Javon Arrington, the ball out of bounds. We'll stay with Bryant and Stratton. Said his foot was on the line. Orlando Jackson with a quick shot with 28 seconds left into the shot clock. Quick shot rebound. Bryant and Stratton there. Taking hard time getting the ball in. Does Bryant and Stratton Bobcat. Mike Gatson. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Javon Arrington as they try to get it in. Finally gets the ball into Orlando Jackson. Back over to Gatson. Richard Bland is trapping him right now, and they have a hard time with this trap. Jannard Simpkins with the ball, but is being guarded by Robert Smith in this man defense. And he goes to his right, dribbles in, goes to the basket. And he skies high with a dunk. Jannard Simpkins brings the bounce down here on Statesman Hall as they trail Richard Bland 12-11. Good penetration, first step to the move in the basket. He gets there high. Deion Glover for three. Joyner for three. Rebound, Bryant and Stratton Dupree pushes the ball up to Ezekiel Ingram, who lays the ball in. No good, Ingram. But Ingram gets his own rebound. Three-pointer by Gatson. No good. Robert Smith with the rebound. Dupree takes the rebound from Gatson and he puts it back in. And Stanley off of Stanley Taylor. Orlando Dupree with the steal in the ball. And Richard Bland trails now. Bryant and Stratton 13-12. 11 minutes and 14 seconds left here in this first half. And Richard Bland is down by 1. Stanley Taylor from the free throw line, and is good, and it rattles in. Stanley Taylor for his first 2 points of the night. A jump shot from the free throw line, and Coach Coleman is bringing another player off the bench. Number 14, Isaiah Bell, looks to check in his game. The sophomore guard, 6'2" guard from Bethel, Virginia, as well as the Ronald Davis, the freshman again from Hampton, Virginia, Hampton University, the Crabbers, Hampton High School. Right now, Gadsden has the ball for Bryant and Stratton. 3 for number 1, Orlando Jackson, and that is good. Richard Bland trails by 2 now. Tim Bing Jr. bring the ball up. No one gets back on defense. Stanley Taylor with the rebound, and now the score is tied 16-16. Right now, Bryant and Stratton didn't get back on defense, and it was a good eyesight by Tim Bing Jr. to find Stanley Taylor streaking down the court, and with the layup, Stanley Taylor ties this game up for Richard Bland. Richard Bland again in man offense, man defense, and pressuring hard. Gatson with the ball. Mike Gatson with the ball, kicks the ball over to Dupree. Dupree almost loses the ball. Gatson for 3, left wing, and it's no good. Rebound, Deion Glover. Stanley Taylor keeps the ball out to Tim Bing Jr. on the right side of the court. Tim Bing Jr. with the penetration down low to Deion Glover, who is fouled by Ezekiel Ingram, and Glover will go to the line and shoot 2 as he attempts to dunk, but is fouled by Ezekiel Ingram. It could have been a 3-point play, but Glover has not been able. Joyner has not been able to slam the ball home. Deion Joyner has not been able to jam the ball home, but Deion Joyner will be shooting 2 for the Richard Bland Statesman. Once again, free throw shooting has been a plague for the Richard Bland Statesman. First free throw is up, and it's no good. Joyner misses the first free throw, and the score is still tied 16-16. 9:55 left here in the first half. And Coach Moore brings in some substitutions. Stanley Taylor and Robert Smith goes to the bench as Miles Markley and Ricky Hicks enter into this game. Tim Bing Jr. takes a seat as well. Deion Joyner with his second free throw. See if he can get Richard Bland the lead. Second free throw is up and is good. He hits the second free throw as Jalen Jackson also comes in the game for Coach Moore in the Richard Bland Statesman. Miles Markley and Jalen Jackson, Ricky Hicks, Jaquan Wooten, and Javon Arrington on the court for the Richard Bland Statesman, who are dressed in the home whites tonight with the green lettering against the Bryant and Stratton team. Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, who are in all black, white stripes down the side with blue lettering. Ball's over to Gadsden for 3, and it's no good. Deep 3. Rebound number 3. Good rebound there. Good rebound by Ronald Davis, and Coach Moore is upset. He's going to take another timeout. 9 minutes and 32 seconds here. We got a full timeout. We're going to take a full timeout as well as the Richard Bland Statesman trail the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 18-17. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
All your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting, call Ingram & Associates Real Estate at 804-458-9873. This announcement brought to you by Delegate Riley Ingram, representing the 62nd District in Virginia's House of Delegates, consisting of Hopewell, Prince George, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. You may call Delegate Ingram on his direct phone at 804-452-2202. The number again for Ingram Associates, 458-9873.
It sure was great watching the U.S. archery team do so well in the Olympics.
It sure got me excited for archery season starting October the 1st.
Come by Dance's Sporting Goods and check out our huge selection of bows by Matthews and Elite.
And any accessories that you might need. Or just bring your bow in and have one of our archery techs tune it up and get you ready for your season.
Come on, get you some.
Dance's Sporting Goods at South Park Boulevard in Colonial Heights. Like us on Facebook or check us out online at dancesportinggoods.com.
Mimi wants you to become aware of Heritage Custom Cabinets located at 23024.
Hey, welcome back to Richard Bland's at the Statesman Hall. Richard Bland Statesman trailed the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 18-17. 9:25 left in the first half. Richard Bland ball over to Jaquan Wooten behind the 3-point line over to Ricky Hicks back. Ricky Hicks looking to Pass the ball down to Miles Markin. Miles Markin stepped inside the free throw line with a shot and a layup. Miles Markin with the right-hand scoop shot, 19-18. Richard Bland leads Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. Ball is being brought up court by Orlando Jackson for Bryant and Stratton. Over to number 5, Romello Anderson, as he drives, and is a foul on Jaquan Wooten. Romello Anderson will go to the line and shoot 2. That is Jaquan Wooten's first foul of the evening. And Rolando Anderson will go to the line yet again and shoot another pair of free throws for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. As we mentioned, coming into this game, 16-11, 12-7 in conference. Richard Bland, 22-4 overall, and 14-2 in conference. In the first free throw up by Romello Anderson, and it is no good. Let's see if he hits the second free throw and tie this ball game up at 19 right now. Richard Bland leads Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 19-18. Second free throw is up and is good. We have a tie score, 19-19, 8:58, and is a full court press by Bryant and Stratton over the Richard Bland team. Ricky Hicks with the ball now. Bryant and Stratton backs off into a 2-3 zone. 2-3 zone, trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Jaquan Wooten down low. Javon Arrington with the ball at top right. As Miles Marcus keeps the call, we have a foul down low on number 34. I believe that's on number 34, Jalen Jackson, who picks up his first foul, and it'll be turnover. The ball will remain. The ball will go to Bryant and Stratton. Score tied 19-19. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in this first half, and Bryant and Stratton leads Richard Bland 19-19. Bryant and Stratton ball number 14, Isaiah Bell in the game with the ball. Romello Anderson right now penetrates and drives with a floater, no good. Rebound, Javon Arrington over the Ricky Hicks on the right side. Ricky Hicks works his way into the middle of the court, dribbling up and down of court over to Jalen Jackson. Jalen Jackson to Miles Marklin. Miles Marklin to Javon Arrington, right wing. Down low to Jalen Jackson, who handles the ball. Jump shot, no good. Rebound, Jaquan Wooten, and he puts the ball back in, and he is fouled. Those are Jaquan Wooten's first points of the night, and he is fouled, and he also goes to the line to see if he can complete this three-point play. 8:08 here in the first half. Richard Bland takes the lead again, 21-19. Jaquan Wooten at the line, shooting 1. See if Jaquan Wooten can knock down this free throw shot tonight and get Richard Bland. Did a great job the other night against Patrick and Henry. The first free throw's up, and it's good. Banks it off the glass, and it goes in. Jaquan Wooten hits his first free throw. Richard Bland with the full court press as the ball is brought up the court by Ronald Davis. Down low to Romello Anderson, and it's good. Romello Anderson breaks the press, and he gets the basket there. Ball back up to Ricky Hicks. Richard Bland leads by 1. Ricky Hicks with the step. Penetration, Miles Marcus thought about the 3. Stepped inside. Back over to Ricky Hicks. Turnaround jumper. And it's good. Ricky Hicks with the turnaround jumper. And Richard Bland leads 24-21. 7:43 left here in this first half. Ball being pushed back up the court by Orlando Jackson, the sophomore, 5'10 sophomore from Bayside High School in Norfolk, Virginia. Over the Dupree. Back over to number 3, Ronald Davis. Romello Anthony with the ball in left wing, back to Dupree at the left wing. Dupree penetrates into the basket, kicks it over to Gaston for 3, and the ball is blocked by Javon Arrington, and there's 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and it was a turnover. Could not handle it after the ball was blocked for Javon Arrington, and it will be Richard Bland it will be Statesman ball, 24-21, 7 minutes and 18 seconds left. Ricky Hicks is bringing the ball up the court for Richard Bland, being guarded by number 1, Orlando Jackson. Looking for some help down low, down to Jalen Jackson on the left wing. Back out to Ricky Hicks at the top of the key as Miles Martin tries to work to get free. Turnaround by Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks with the floater right hand, and Ricky Hicks scores again. Right hand by Ricky Hicks, who's creating his own shot by penetrating into the basket. And Richard Bland has a 5-point lead, 26-21. And Coach Coleman shouts out instructions, telling his players to move. Romello Anderson has the ball now for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. Ronald Davis looking 3. Dupree drives in over down low to Romello Anthony, who penetrates to the basket, and he goes up and he is fouled. Romello Anderson right now is taking over this game for Bryant and Stratton, and he goes to the free throw line yet again, and the foul is on number 1, Javon Arrington. That would be his first foul of the evening, and that'll be the team's 6th foul, and Romello Anderson is trying to complete this 3-point play. Free throw is up. And it's good. Romello Anderson hits the free throw. Now the score is 26-24. Richard Bland. Richard Bland leads by 2, 6 minutes and 29 seconds. And look like Coach Moore is going to bring some subs into this game. Jalen Jackson with the ball up top. looking for someone to get the ball to over to Ricky Hicks, being guarded by no one down low, the Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten got his own rebound. The ball is stripped away by Dupree. Dupree pushing the ball up the court for Bryant and Stratton. Looks down low to Anderson with a block by Jaquan Wooten. Back out to Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks is pushing the ball up the court, still pushing, penetrating over the Miles Barkley left wing for three. Miles Barkley no good. Rebound, Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten with the strong rebound and the putback, and it's knocked away by Dupree. And we got a fast break by Bryant Stratton, 3-on-1. And there's a foul. Ricky Hicks calls a foul on Isaiah Bell. Isaiah Bell will go to the line and shooting two. That's Ricky Hicks' second foul of the evening. It looks like Ricky Hicks may take a seat. 5 minutes and 51 seconds left here in the first half. And Isaiah Bell will go to the line shooting two for Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. And he had an opportunity to tie this game up. First free throw is up. And it's no good off the right side of the rim. Richard Bland still leads 26-24. And some subs coming to the game for Richard Bland. Robert Smith is back into the game. Jaquan Wooten, Jalen Jackson, and Javon Arrington take a seat as Robert Smith, Harrison Mitchell, and Stanley Taylor comes into the game. Second free throw is up, and it's good, and it rattles in for Isaiah Bell. Number 11, Tim Bing Jr. also is back in the game for Ricky Hicks Jr. Tim Bing Jr. is back in the game. Stanley Taylor will take the ball out as Richard Bland works left to right on your radio dial. 5:51 left in the game. Richard Bland has a 1-point lead, 26-25 right now. Tim Bing Jr. pushing the ball off the court. Last time Tim Bing was just a junior, was a big Tim Bing Jr. was in the game. He went on an 8-0 run himself for Richard Bland. Javon Arrington with the ball now. Back to Tim Bing Jr. at the wing. Tim Bing looking to get the ball in down low. He dribbles, he penetrates to the basket and floated, and it's no good. Rebound, he gets his own rebound. Come out with the right hand, and he scoops the ball back in. Tim Bing Jr. continues where he's at, where he left off before he went to the bench. Right now has 8 points for Richard Bland, 28-25. 5 minutes and 17 seconds up here in the first half. Richard Bland is playing a man defense. Tim Bing Jr. is guarding Orlando Jackson, who kicks the ball over to Romello Anthony. Romello Anthony looking for Jared Simpkins, who dribbles behind his back. Being guarded by Tim Bing Jr. right now over to Jackson. Jackson deep three with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. No good, but Romello Anthony with the rebound and gets it down low to Ronald Davis, who pushed the ball back into the basket over the stretched out arms of Harrison Mitchell. Richard Bland, strong push back up the court. Richard Bland, 1 point lead. It's 28-27, and we have a foul on number 20 on Dupree. On Stanley Taylor with a blocking foul, and that's their 15th foul, and that's Dupree's first foul. And Ezekiel Ingram will come back into the game for Bryant and Stratton. Tim Bing Jr. takes the ball out on the left basket for Richard Bland. 30 seconds on the shot clock, new shot clock. He gets the ball in to Harrison Mitchell down low. Harrison Mitchell is fouled, and it will go to the free throw line and shoot two. And the foul is on number 11, Gerard Simpkins, as Miles Markland getting ready to enter back into the contest. Harrison Mitchell will go to the line and shooting 2 free throws. First free throw for Harrison Mitchell is up, and it's no good off the back of the rim. 28-27, 4:43 left here in the first half, and the Richard Bland Statesmen lead the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats by 1. Harrison Mitchell at the free throw line shooting another free throw. Let's see if he can sink this one. Takes in the lead. Second one is good. 29-27, 2-point lead for Richard Bland. 4:41 here in the first half. Bryant and Stratton pushes the ball up the court. Orlando Jackson has the ball here, and it looks like he loses the ball himself. Kicks it over to Ronald Davis, back over to Jackson as Coach Coleman shouts out instructions. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson being guarded by Miles Markland, looking to set Ezekiel exit, looking to second pick. He's got the pick, high pick, pushed over to Tim Bing Jr. 5 seconds on the shot clock. We get a travel call. It is a turnover, and the ball will go back over to Richard Bland. Good trap there by Richard Bland, Tim Bing Jr. and Robert Smith to trap the ball to cause the travel. Tim Bing Jr. pushes the ball up the court now. 4:13 left in his first half. Tim Bing Jr. pushing the ball up the court, looking to get the ball as he penetrates down low. At the top of the free throw line, takes a shot, and it's good. Tim Bing Jr. There were 10 points here in the first half, 31-27, 3:56. Tim Bing Jr. with a good jump shot there from the free throw line. Coming off the bench, 10 points today. Coach Coleman is looking down low over Ezekiel Ingram. He can't hang on to the ball. Tim Bean Jr. with the steal, kicks it out to look for Robert Smith, but he turns the ball over. Back up to Gerard Simpkin will look for Ezekiel Ingram, and Ingram lays the ball back in. Turnover by Bingham. Now the 2-point lead, 31-29. Richard Bland, Miles Markland has the ball, by taking the three. Back over to Robert Smith. Robert Smith down to Tim Bean Jr. Miles Markland, top of the key, looking down low for Harrison Mitchell, who's fighting for position. And we have a foul on Ezekiel Ingram, who put a block in the back on Harrison Mitchell, pulling his arm down. And that is the team's 7th foul. Harrison Mitchell go to line shooting 1-1, and that is Ezekiel Elliott's 2nd foul, right with 3:17, and he will go to the bench. Doesn't want to pick up that 3rd foul here in the first half, so he will go to the bench. Coach is telling him just to keep his arms up. Harrison Mitchell at the free throw line yet again, shooting a 1-1. Let's see if Harrison Mitchell can hit both of these free throws and extend his lead. Free throws up, and it's no good, but a rebound by Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor with the rebound for Richard Bland. Tim Bean Jr. Turning the ball over. Miscommunication. A miscommunication with Tim Bean Jr. and Harrison Mitchell, and the ball goes out of bounds. That's 3 turnovers, 3 costly turnovers by Tim Bean Jr. Here in this contest. Jaquan Wooten comes back in the game. 3 minutes, 11 seconds here in the first half. Richard Bland leads 31-29. Bryant Stratton is not going away anytime soon. Dupree with the ball to the left side. Over to Romello Anderson. Romello Anderson is directing traffic over to Ronald Davis. Ronald Davis penetrates down low to Romello Anderson, who has trouble controlling the ball. Kicks back out to the 3-point line to Gerard Simpkin, who's getting instruction from Coach Coleman. And they try to slow this down. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gerard Simpkin being fronted. And he's fouled by Tim Bean Jr. And Gerard Simpkin will go to the line and shoot 1-1 as that's the 18th foul on Richard Bland. And Gerard Simpkin will go to the line shooting 1-1. Tim Bean Jr. has to be careful there. He comes in, he lights the team and gives them some scoring, but he also comes in and calls turnovers and some fouls there. So Tim Bean Jr. has to settle down a little bit into this game and continue to play and not argue calls. Gerard Simpkin first free throw is no good. Rebound, Richard Bland. Stanley Taylor with a strong rebound. Ball out to Miles Markland, 2:41. Miles Markland step back for 3. No good, but sky high. Stanley Taylor with the rebound to follow as he follows the play over to Javon Arrington. Arrington penetrates, go through the right-hand scoop. No good, but Jaquan Wooten with the ball in the layup. Jaquan Wooten, his 5th points of the night with the rebound in the putback, which extends this Richard Bland lead by 4, 33-29. Richard Bland now in the 2-3 zone with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left here. Coach Coleman calling out instruction. Coach Moore is telling his team to stay put. Stay in this 2-3 zone. Watch down the baseline as you go underneath the basket. Ronald Davis went underneath the basket with a layup. Couldn't get it done. Tim Bean Jr. pushes the ball up the court. Headed up the court, but Tim Bean Jr. over to Javon Arrington for 3. Javon Arrington, and it's no good. Rebound, Jaquan Wooten, who looks to penetrate in the basket. Left-handed up, no good. Dupree with the ball out to Romello Anderson. Anderson with the layup in the scoop. Romello Anderson, 33-31. Richard Bland, 2-point lead. 1 minute, 40 seconds left here in the first half. Richard Bland's ball. Javon Arrington at the wing with the ball looking to pass to Miles Markland. Miles Markland penetrates to the step down low to Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten with the rebound, no good. Back over to Javon Arrington, who puts the ball up with the right hand and lays it in. Richard Bland, 35. Bryant Stratton Bobcats, 31. 1:20 left here in this first half. Richard Bland with a 4-point lead. Both teams are in the bonus. Number 11, Janard Simpkins with the ball over to Dupree. Dupree kicks the ball back over to Romello Anderson. Anderson right now to Simpkins. Simpkins step back for 3 and is no good and rattles out. Jaquan Wooten with the rebound, who pushes to give it to Tim Bean Jr., who pushes the ball up the court, who slows it down, looking for Jaquan Wooten. Javon Anderson right now picked by Wooten. Miles Markland, 15-foot jumper, and is good. Miles Markland with the 15-foot jumper. Richard Bland, 6-point lead, 37-31. 44 seconds left here in this first half. Richard Bland leads 37-31. Crowd is yelling defense right now. Romello Anderson has the ball for Bryant Stratton Bobcats. Kick it over to Dupree. Dupree sets the screen by Jarek Simpkins. Dupree goes down low to Ezekiel Ingram. Ingram with the layup. Shot clock is off. 19 seconds left here in this first half. Richard Bland, Javon Arrington for 3. No good air ball. but Tim Bean Jr. with the ball in the reverse layup, no good there. 9 seconds left, and Bryant and Stratton trying to get the last shot, pushing the ball up the court. Jannard Timsky behind the back. Over to Romello Anthony. Look like he's penetrating there in the layup. Layup and foul. Layup and foul. 0.8 seconds left. Foul on Tim Bean Jr. And that will be Tim Bean Jr.'s third personal foul. Number 5, the foul is on number 5, Stanley Taylor. Putting it on to Stanley Taylor and Romello Anthony. 35. Scores 35-37. 35-37, 0.8 seconds left here in the first half, and Richard Bland leads by 2, but Romello Anthony can close this to 1 point if he makes this free throw. Free throws up, and it's no good. Deion Joyner with the ball, and that's what going to go close the first half. 37-35, Richard Bland, and they have a 2-point lead over Bryant and Stratton. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Get our halftime stats, give you some scores from other games around the league in the NBA. NBA All-Star Weekend, talk about NBA Rising Star Challenge from last night. And we got the dunk contest, three-point shooting and skills competition coming up on the NBA. But we're going to talk a little bit more about the Richard Bland game and DeAndre Clark, who's being carried to the locker room right now. And it does not look good for DeAndre Clark. But we'll find out more on his injury as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Richard Bland Basketball here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 and foxsportsradio1340am.com.
Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. Heritage Custom Cabinets designs and builds the cabinets you desire at a price you can afford. They have a custom selection showroom to explore the way you want your cabinets made. When designing cabinets, Mimi will walk you through every detail, from the colors to the countertops to the perfect stone backsplash. She loves to design and build quality cabinets just for you. Heritage Custom Cabinets is located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. The main number is 861-5251. That number again is 861-5251. Call Heritage Custom Cabinets today to get started with your fantastic kitchen. This is Jerry Williams, Hopewell High School class of 1964 and president of the John Randolph Foundation. John Randolph Foundation partners with local communities and organizations in Hopewell, Prince George, and the surrounding areas to support good health and bright futures. Through our grants and scholarships, we fund programs that make your neighbors' lives better. Visit us on Facebook to learn more. John Randolph Foundation, healthy communities, bright futures.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. If you're looking for quality new or used trucks, Stroh-Snyder features the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh-Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oak Lawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. Stroh-Snyder has been in business since 1966.
Where do you turn?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Richard Bland Basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Richard Bland Basketball. Here in the first half, we have the score of 37 to 35, 37-35, with Richard Bland leading over the Bryant and Stratton team. Leading scores for Richard Bland right now is Tim Bing Jr., who has 10 points. Tim Bing Jr. with 10 points. Jaquan Wooten with 4 points. It's been so much a team effort so far for Richard Bland. Richard Bland right now is being able to continue to control the offense, but turnovers right now have led to a lot in this game for Richard Bland. You have Romello Anderson, who has right now 10 points also for the Bryant and Stratton team. Bryant and Stratton is being good on the boards, hitting shots when they need to, and also they're hitting the free throws when they need to as well. 37-35 here. Richard Bland playing a little, not saying like a days ago here in the first half, but playing, not getting consistent shots from your big men, not looking good, getting that ball down low to a Jaquan Wooten, not getting the ball in the hands of Javon Arrington right now. Javon Arrington, who's your leading scorer. Javon Arrington only has 2 points in this contest, but they missed DeAndre Clark, who went out early in the first quarter, within the first minute of the first half, with a knee injury. We'll see how he reacts here in the second half if he comes back out with the rest of the team. He was carried to the locker room at the halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Bland leads 37-35 here in this contest over Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. Richard Bland looking to get the win and stay in that second position, number 2 spot, as they go into the Region 10 tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, more for Richard Bland from Statesman Hall in the second half of Statesman Basketball here on Fox Sports Radio 1340.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? Well, I know where I go, and that's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
Hello, my name is Andy Clark, and I'm an agent with Ligon Jones Insurance Services in downtown Hopewell. I'm here to tell you that at Ligon Jones Insurance, we're dedicated to serving you. You've heard all the gimmicks and sales pitches from 800 number and online companies, and we can offer all the same options such as accident forgiveness, disappearing deductibles, 24-hour claim service, home and auto discounts, and much, much more. What we offer that they can't is local knowledge and experience, a broader selection of companies and coverages, and personal service. When you call, email, or stop by Ligon Jones Insurance, you will speak to Lucky, Sherry, or myself, and you will not have to press 1 for English or wait for the next available representative. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. At Ligon Jones Insurance Services, we have over 60 years experience. We all live in the Tri-Cities area, and we support many different local charities. From hot dog carts to hotels, we can cover it all. So if you want better pricing, better coverage, and better service, all from a company that gives back to the community, call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
At Owen Insurance Agency, you're not just another number to us. We're small enough to know you and large enough to meet your insurance needs. As an independent insurance agency, we have many available options to get you the best rate through the Hartford, Grange Insurance, Northern Neck, Progressive Insurance, or Dairyland Motorcycle. We offer great auto rates for all drivers and excellent homeowners coverage. You can also receive discounts when you combine your auto and home policies with us. Call or visit to compare. Let us do the shopping for you. Owen Insurance, 507 North 4th Avenue, Hopewell, 458-9400. That's 458-9400.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Richard Bland Stadium, Statesman Hall, as Richard Bland leads Bryant and Stratton Bobcats by the score of 37-35. Richard Bland looking to continue to have their winning ways here in the second half, looking to have to continue their winning ways as they have a 2-game winning streak as right currently. Richard Bland also looks to improve and stay at the 2-0. Stay in the second place of the Region 10 conference. Bryant and Stratton looking to move up because if they win the next out, they have opportunity to get that number 3 spot. But nonetheless, here will be Richard Bland ball, taking the ball out, working from left to right on your radio dial here in this second half. On the court for Richard Bland is Tim Bean Jr., Javon Arrington, Jaquan Wooten, Harrison Mitchell. Ball's down low, and it's turnover by Richard Bland. Harrison Mitchell throws it over the head of Javon Arrington. It will be Bryant and Stratton's ball here, 19:48 here. And the ball will become Tim Bean being guarded by Tim Bean Jr. as they penetrate Dupree over to Romello Anderson, who stops, shoots, and is good. Romello Anderson with the floater, and the ball will belong to Richard Bland. The score is tied 37-37. Javon Arrington over to Miles Marklin. Miles Marklin back to Tim Bean Jr. Tim Bean Jr. Miles Marklin for 2. No good. Rebound Harrison Mitchell, and the put back belongs to Harrison Mitchell. Richard Bland right now lead 39-37 here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 Statesman Hall. Richard Bland 39. Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 37. 19:05 here. Ball kicked over to number 3, Ronald Davis, who's looking back out to number 10, Jordan Forbes, who's been quiet this afternoon. Forbes have been very quiet. Forbes gets the ball, did not play in the first half. Looks like there was some disciplinary reasons. And it has a 3, Rollo Anderson. Anderson with 3, and the ball is turned over by Tim Bean Jr. Jordan Forbes with the ball. And a blocking foul on Tim Bean Jr., and Forbes is down. It looks like he will go to the line and shoot 2. It was 21 on Jaquan Wooten. The foul is on Jaquan Wooten. Second personal foul. Bryant and Stratton Bobcats lead Richard Bland 40-39. 18:37 left here in this second half. And we have Jordan Forbes to the line who will be shooting 2. First free throws up, and it's no good. Off the back of the rim. No good there. Second free throw by Jordan Forbes will be coming up in a minute. 18:37, and DeAndre Clark has not made his way out of the locker room. So we'll find out a little bit more there. Second free throw up, and it's good. 2-point lead for Bryant and Stratton, 39-41. Bryant and Stratton leads the Richard Bland Statesman by 2. 18:31 left here in the second half, and Bryant and Stratton leads by 2. Tim Bean Jr. with the ball, looking to go down low to Harrison Mitchell, who's fighting for position over to Javon Arrington. Javon Arrington, who goes to the middle and lays the ball in, and he scores, and Richard Bland has tied the game back up at 41. 41-41, 18. Jordan Forbes, the ball is stolen by Javon Arrington. Javon Arrington pushes the ball up the court, and he goes in, right-hand scoop, and the ball is good. Looks like Javon Arrington is taking over the second half for Richard Bland, who has scored the last 4 points for the Richard Bland Statesman, and he is heating up right now. He has 6 points. 17:51 here in this contest. Richard Bland leads by 2. Jordan Dupree with the ball, being guarded by Arrington. Down low, steal by Miles Marklin. Miles Marklin with the steal and with the ball. Kicks it over to Javon Arrington, who tried to penetrate again. He'll stop. The ball is stopped now. He's looking for someone down low over to Tim Bean Jr. Tim Bean Jr. for 3. And it's no good, but Jaquan Wooten sky high with the rebound, with the 50-foot jumper, no good, and it's short. Dupree with the ball as he pushes the ball up the court over to Jadar Simpkins, who's being guarded by Javon Arrington. And we get a timeout, 30-second timeout by Bryant and Stratton. We're going to take a 30-second timeout as well. Richard Bland basketball here on Fox Sports Radio 1340.
Feed Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Hairtech Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Hairtech Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs. Located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia, for all your lawn and garden needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Richard Bland basketball here at Statesman Hall, where the Richard Bland Statesmen are tied with the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, 43-43. 17 minutes left here in the first half. 17 minutes left in this ball game, and the score is tied. 43-43. Richard Bland ball, Tim Bing Jr. is bringing the ball up the court on the left side of the court now as he pushes the ball up, being guarded by Dupree, DeAndre Carter Dupree. Miles Markin right now has the ball over to Javon Arrington. Javon Arrington on DeGarn Skimpson. Tim Bing Jr. to the right side of the court, looking down low over to Jaquan Wooten off the glass, and it's no good. Jordan Simpkins with the ball, and it's no good. Rebound, no good. Rebound, Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten the ball. Rebound over to Tim Bing Jr., who penetrates to the basket in the layup, and he's fouled, and he will be shooting two. He goes to the line, and he will shoot two. Jaquan Wooten will shoot two. Excuse me, Tim Bing Jr. will shoot two, and that's third foul on number 10, Jordan Forbes. Jordan Forbes with a third foul, and he picked up two fouls early here, and Forbes go to the bench. 3 fouls. Free throw up by Tim Bing Jr. First one is up, and it rattles out. Score is still tied, 43-43, 16:38 here in the second half. 16:38 here in the second half. Tim Bing Jr. shoots, second free throw, and it's up, and it's no good. But Jaquan Wooten with the rebound, and he goes up and he pushes up, no good. And the ball is out. And the ball will belong to Bryant and Stratton. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a heads up. Give you a heads up that Noah Rulo from Atoka has just won his state title at 138-pound weight class here from Atoka High School. Fox Sports Radio, we cover everything, high school wrestling as well. He just won the 138-pound 5A state championship. But back to this basketball game, 6:27 here in the 16:27 here in this contest. Got 43-43. Ricky Hicks Jr. back in the game. Dupree try to penetrate to the basket, and the ball is blocked by Miles Markland. And Ricky Hicks Jr. picks the loose ball up and pushes the ball up court to Javon Arrington, who penetrates to the basket. Kicks it out to Miles Markland, who steps in with the floater, and the basket is good. Miles Markland with the floater on number 10, and that will be Jordan Forbes, who will go to the bench again. The leading scorer in the freshman for Bryant and Stratton goes to the bench, and that's his fourth foul on that's his fourth foul. He was set on the bench, trying to get back into this game. The leading scorer is on the bench there, and Miles Markland will go and see if they can give Richard Bland extend the lead for Richard Bland, 45-37, 16:09 left in this contest, and Richard Bland leads by 2. Free throws up by Miles Markland, and it's no good. Bryant and Stratton's ball. Jared Simpkins pushing the ball up the court for Richard Bland. And a loose ball on the floor, and the ball will go back out to Dupree, and he turns the ball over. Javon Arrington with the steal as he controls everything on the right wing. He penetrates to the basket, and the lays and scoops the ball in. No foul is called. 47-43. Richard Bland with a 4-point lead. Richard Bland now, after the timeout, is on a 4-0 run. 15:39 here in this contest, and Richard Bland leads by 4. DeAndre Dupree with the ball right now, being guarded by being fronted by Ricky Hicks. As they switch, goes over to Stanley Taylor, kicks the ball into the corner to Romello Anderson. Janard Simpkins has the ball now as Ezekiel Ingram is trying to fight for position down low. And it's trapped down low to Ingram, who's being guarded by Jaquan Wooten, who makes the move on Wooten with the turnaround. Wooten with the block, said, give that here, young fella, that's my ball. He takes the ball, and Ricky Hicks backs up the court, pushing up after the block by Javon 3-pointer Miles Markland. And the three is good by Miles Markland. Richard Bland, 7-0 run, 50-43. 14:56 here in the second half, and Richard Bland is on a 7-0 run right now, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Ricky Hicks, and it will remain with Bryant and Stratton as number 1, Mike Gatson, coming to the game, and number 20, DeAndre Carter Dupree, takes a seat on the bench. And the ball is being taken out right here, right in front of us by Ronald Davis. Ronald Davis is taking the ball out. Ball kicks back out to Mike Gatson as he takes the ball up over to Orlando Jackson. And that Jackson pushing him now is being guarded by Ricky Hicks. Richard Bland in the 2-3 zone. And we have a foul on number 21, Jaquan Wooten, as he hooks around the body on Ezekiel Ingram as Ingram was fighting for position. And that'll be the third foul on Jaquan Wooten. That'll be his third foul this afternoon on Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan 3 fouls and 5 points. Harrison Mitchell will come in the game, and Jaquan Wooten will take a seat on the bench. 14 minutes and 42 seconds left here on as Richard Bland leads by 7 over Bryant and Stratton. Richard Bland on a 7-0 run after a timeout by Coach Moore to get everything together. Right now, Romello Anderson takes the ball out for Bryant and Stratton College. Kicks the ball over to Ronald Davis. Ronald Davis gets the ball into Dar Simpkin, and he passes the ball, and Davis cannot catch the pass from Simpkin. And another turnover, and Ricky Hicks Jr. pushes the ball up the court over to Stanley Taylor. Taylor back on Miles Martin and Javon Arrington. Harrison Mitchell is fighting for position as Javon Arrington goes down low, kicks the ball out to Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks reset the offense. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Picked by Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor with the pick, looking to go down the middle. 8 seconds. Ricky Hicks drive with the floater, right-hand floater, and it dribbles in. Ricky Hicks with the floater, and Richard Bland right now 52, and Bryant and Stratton 43. Richard Bland on a 9-0 run right now. And we have a full timeout by Brandon Stratton College. Coach Coleman wants a full timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, we can take a full timeout. We'll be right back here on Richard Bland Statesman Basketball on Fox Sports Radio 1340.
This is Jeff Butler, pastor of Hopewell's Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, and I invite you to come visit us sometime. We're a church that not only worships together each Sunday morning at 11, but on Tuesday nights serve our members and those from the community by bowling together at the 15th Street Bowling Alley from 6:30 to 8:30. The first Saturday of each month, we offer a free breakfast starting at 8:30, and each Sunday, rotating between afternoons and evenings, we offer a youth program for middle schoolers and high schoolers. We also have a preschool for ages 3 and 4. We support missionaries in Haiti and Russia, regularly support the Super Kids ministry throughout the Tri-Cities, and the Big Brother and Big Sisters program here in Hopewell. We think that the most important thing that we can do in our life is to give back to the Lord for how graciously and generously He has loved us in Christ. As we love God with all of ourselves and our neighbor as ourselves, we see lives changing for Christ, youngsters becoming mentored, the community being strengthened, and the Tri-Cities becoming more hopeful, joyful, and peaceful in the midst of the chaos of the world. I invite you to come check us out, Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, 1201 Blackstone Avenue, right here in Hopewell.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Statesman Hall as the Richard Bland Statesmen lead the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats by a score of 52-43. 53-43. Richard Bland is on a 9-0 run right now. It's 13:58 left here in the second half. And with Richard Bland having a commanding lead, Javon Arrington has scored 4 points here in the second half right now for Richard Bland, as well as Jaquan Wooten and Stanley Taylor, who picked up points as well in this half for Richard on this 9-0 run for Richard Bland. Coach Coleman for Bryant and Stratton Bobcats had to regalvanize the team. Their leading scorer, number 10, Jordan Forbes, had been in foul trouble for majority of this game. Picked up 2 fouls early in this contest, but now Bryant and Stratton has the ball working right to left on your radio dial. Ball is over to Ronald Davis. Stolen by Ricky Hicks, and Richard Bland on another push. Ricky Hicks now with the ball looking down low to Stanley Taylor, and the ball is knocked away. Robert Smith with the ball back down low to Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor with the putback, and it's no good. And it is a rebound by Ezekiel Ingram over Harrison Mitchell. As the ball is pushed up by Gatson down to Ezekiel Ingram, and he was the layup, and the ball and layup is good. Ezekiel Ingram, Ricky with the pass and the basket, 45-52, 52-45. 13 minutes left here in this contest. Richard Bland with the lead by 7. That was the first points in the last 4 or 5 minutes for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. Ball down low to Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor kicking out to Robert Smith. Robert Smith for 3, and it's no good over the back by Javon Arrington. But the ball is pushed up by Janard Simpkins. Simpkins pushes the ball up, goes behind his back. As he goes behind his back, Romello Anderson with the ball. Mike Mike Gatton right now is controlling the offense for the Bryant and Stratton College. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And Rolando Davis with the shot. No good. Rebound, Javon Arrington. That's not the shot that Coach Coleman wanted them to take. But Ricky Hicks has the ball for three. Ricky Hicks for three, and it's no good. Stanley Taylor with the rebound and the put and foul. And Stanley Taylor will go to the line and shoot two. Sky-high rebound by Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor is doing the dirty work today for the Richard Bland Statesman. And Richard Bland does a good job. Let's see if Stanley Taylor can knock these two free throws down here for Richard Bland. 52 to 45, 12-27 left here in this contest as Richard Bland leads right now. Bryant and Stratton by 7. Stanley Taylor first free throw up and is good. Free throw is good by Stanley Taylor. Some subs come into the game right now for Richard Bland. You have Jalen Jackson who comes in. Tim Bing Jr. comes in as well. Javon Arrington takes a seat as well as Jaquan Wooten takes a seat as well. Stanley Taylor still at the line shooting two. Let's see how if Stanley Taylor can knock this other free down to extend this lead back up to 9. Second free throw is no good, but Robert Smith with the strong rebound. Ball is kicked out to Tim Bing. Oh, no good. Tim Bing Jr. with the foul as he wraps around the waist of number 14, Isaiah Bell. Yellow foul by Tim Bing Jr. That will be Tim Bing Jr.'s third personal foul, third team foul. Tim Bing Jr. picks up 3 fouls. 3 fouls for Tim Bing Jr. And the ball will be taken out by Bryant and Stratton. DeAndre Carter Dupree will take the ball out. And the ball now is being held by Orlando Jackson, who pushes the ball up court for Ricky Hicks Jr. Towards Ricky Hicks Jr., who's being fronted by Ricky Hicks Jr. Richard Bland in a 2-3 off the defense right now. Simpkins underneath the baseline, no good. Ingram with the rebound instead of put back. Let's see if Ingram can get it put back. And we have a foul on number 5. And the foul will be on number 5, Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor with the foul, with the blocking foul, and it will be 2 shots by Ezekiel Ingram. Ezekiel Ingram went up strong to get his own rebound as he missed the layup. As he came back down, Stanley Taylor with the push in the back. And so now Ezekiel Ingram will be at the line shooting 2. First free throw is up for Ingram, and it rattles in. 53 to 46 lead by Richard Bland. 7-point lead for Richard Bland Statesman. 12:02 here left in the second half in this contest. Second free throw is no good, but rebound Stanley Taylor over to Ricky Hicks as he pushes the ball up the court. Ricky Hicks pushes the ball with a right-hand floater. No good. No good shot. Not a good shot selection by Ricky Hicks. Now pushing the ball up the court is Orlando Jackson. Jackson step back for 3, and it's no good. Ball out of bounds. Isaiah Bell, and it rattles in. Ezekiel Ingram with the shot in the basket. 53 to 48, 5-point lead. Richard Bland. Richard Bland had a 9-point lead, but Bryant and Stratton is on a 4-0 run right now. And we have a timeout by Tim Bing Jr. 30-second timeout. With them taking that 30-second timeout, we're going to take a 30-second timeout as well, as Richard Bland leads Bryant and Stratton right now by 5, 53 to 48, 11:27 left in this contest. More on Fox Sports Radio after this break.
Repairing, don't know where to take them? Cavalli's Leather Shop and Shoe Repair, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell, is the place to go. Cavalli's features a complete line of motorcycle apparel, including vests, jackets, chaps, road packets, tool pouches, and gloves. Need a patch sewn on your biker's vest? Cavalli's is the place. They also carry Western boots and hats. That's Cavalli Shoe Repair and Leather Shop, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell. Phone 458-2016. Open 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturday.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Richard Bland basketball here for Statesman Hall. As the Richard Bland Statesman lead the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 53 to 48 in this contest. Bryant and Stratton is on a 4-0 run right now. Richard Bland needed to take a timeout. Coach Moore needed to get his guys in check. Ricky Hicks on the court for Richard Bland. Ricky Hicks, Robert Smith, Tim Bing Jr., as well as Jalen Jackson. Coach Moore's going a different lineup now. Both guards, Ricky Hicks and Tim Bing Jr. That ball is down low to Jaquan Wooten, who could not get it up. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Ball is knocked out of bounds. And Coach Coleman said there's no reset on the shot clock. There's a reset on the shot clock. And they said it did hit the rim. And said it did hit the rim. And so it is a reset on the shot clock. It'll be Richard Bland's ball coming out here. And Jaquan Wooten down low. And he's fouled by Ezekiel Ingram as they go in the inbound play. And it looked like Jaquan Wooten will go to the line and shooting 2 free throws. Big Jaquan Wooten go to the line and shooting 2 again. And that will be a foul on Ezekiel Ingram. And we will see Ronald Davis come back into the game for him. Free throws up by Jaquan Wooten, and it rattles out. We got to see if we get a box out here by Bryant and Stratton, but we also see if Jaquan Wooten can hit this free throw to extend this Richard Bland lead, 53-48. Richard Bland leads over Bryant and Stratton Bobcats here this afternoon from Statesman Hall. Second free throw's up, and it's good. Jaquan Wooten knocks it in, 54-48. Jaquan Wooten, that's 6 points for Jaquan Wooten this afternoon, who's playing right now with 3 fouls. Richard Bland is playing a man defense, 2-3 zone. Switch off. Orlando Jackson for 3, and it's good. 48-54. It is a 3-point lead right now for Richard Bland. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left. Richard Bland was up by as much as 9. Now Bryant Stratton is making the way back. Tim Bing Jr. Ball over to Ricky Hicks. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for a man. They're trapping Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks penetrates through. Over to Jalen Jackson. Over to Tim Bing Jr. Top of 3. For 3, and Tim Bing Jr. with 3. Tim Bing 3, that's his third 3-pointer of the day. Tim Bing Jr. with 13 points and 3 fouls. And Dupree with the ball as Richard Bland extend their lead back to 6, 57-51. Richard Bland with ball as Gatson with the ball kicks it over to Ronald Davis. Davis behind his back, loses the ball to Ricky Hicks. Fast break, Richard Bland 3-on-1 over to Robert Smith. Robert Smith with the layup in the dunk, the red layup. And the finger roll in, 59-51, 8-point lead. Richard Bland, 9 minutes and 56 seconds left in this contest, and Richard Bland has a strong lead of 8 points. Orlando Davis, left corner, looking for someone to pass the ball to, being guarded by Jaquan Wooten, and it's Jalen Jackson with the hook on the inside, the ball, a foul on the floor. That'll be the 15th foul. That'll be the 15th foul on the Statesman, and the second foul on Jalen Jackson. Stubbs are coming back in the game. Miles Markman comes in for Ricky Hicks. Javon Arrington comes in as well, and Richard Bland. And it will be Bryant and Stratton's ball. 9:46 left in this contest. Bryant and Stratton has the ball, trailing Richard Bland by 8. Ball taken in by Orlando Jackson. Trying to get it in, having trouble getting the ball into someone. Now it gets down into Dupree. Orlando Dupree being guarded by Robert Smith. Robert Smith with the blocking foul. And the foul is on the floor, and that will be Richard Bland's 16th foul. 16th foul, 59-51, 9:42 left in this contest. 16th foul here. Ball is being inbound. Orlando Jackson with the ball. Isaiah Bell has the ball, being guarded by Javon Arrington. Over to Dupree. Dupree with the ball now over to Gatson. Gatson loses the ball off his leg, being guarded by Miles Markland. And the ball will belong back to Richard Bland. Robert Smith will take the ball out. Ball goes out to Robert Smith. Back over to Tim Bing Jr. as he pushes the ball up the court here. Tim Bing Jr. back over to Robert Smith, looking down low to Jaquan Wooten. Had Jaquan Wooten there, he missed it. Miles Markland switch on. Now they're trapping down Miles Markland. And it's turnover. Orlando Dupree with the ball, and Miles Markland with the foul. It looks like they bang knees, and Orlando Dupree is down in agonizing pain. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1 blocking foul on Miles Markland. That's a 17th foul. 17th foul. That's Miles Markland's third foul. And let's see, first team foul, excuse me. And Orlando Dupree is down in agonizing pain. We're going to take a quick commercial break as he gets himself together. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Fox Sports Radio 1340 here. And Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM as they turn to Orlando Dupree.
For all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting, call Ingram & Associates Real Estate at 804-458-9873. This announcement brought to you by Delegate Riley Ingram, representing the 62nd District in Virginia's House of Delegates, consisting of Hopewell, Prince George, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. You may call Delegate Ingram on his direct phone at 804-452-2202. The number again for Ingram Associates, 458-9873.
It sure was great watching the U.S. archery team do so well in the Olympics.
It sure got me excited for archery season starting October the 1st.
Come by Dance's Sporting Goods and check out our huge selection of bows by Matthews and Elite.
And any accessories that you might need. Or just bring your bow in and have one of our archery techs tune it up and get you ready for your season.
Come on, get you some.
Dance's Sporting Goods at South Park Boulevard in Colonial Heights. Like us on Facebook or check us out online at dancesportinggoods.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 as we have 9 minutes and 15 seconds left here. 59-51 as DeAndre Dupree is being looked at, but Bryant Orlando Davis will be shooting the 2 free throws for Bryant Stratton College. First free throws up and it's no good and it rattles out. Richard Bland's ball, 8-point lead, 9-11 here in the second half. And Richard Bland has the ball being brought up the court by Tim Bing Jr. Over to Javon Arrington, who looks to penetrate. Robert Smith kicks over to Miles Marklin, who goes back to the court. Back over to Tim Bing Jr. as he calls out instructions here on the offense. 13 seconds left here on the shot clock. Richard Bland once again in a home white. Green diamonds down the left and right side. Green lettering. Ball down low to Robert Smith. Robert Smith with the right hand. And the put up in is good with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Robert Smith with the right baby hook. Gets the ball in. 10-point lead by Richard Bland. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left here in this contest. Being guarded by Jaquan Wooten is being stepped out here. Tim Bing Jr. on number 1, Orlando Jackson. Down low to Gatson. Gatson down low. Rebound by Anderson. Anderson with the basket and foul by Jaquan Wooten. That'll be Wooten's 4th foul. 4th foul on Jaquan Wooten. He will go to the bench. Deion Joyner will come into the game. Joyner will come into the game, and Wooten goes to the bench. Wooten today with 9 points, but he has 4 fouls. Go to the bench here. And Orlando Anderson shooting 1. See if we can cut this lead into a 4-point. And the free throw is good. And we have a 7-point lead for Richard Bland. Richard Bland 7-point lead, 61-54. 8 minutes and 19 seconds left. Being guarded, full court press by Bryant Stratton Bobcats. Tim Bing Jr. has the ball right now, who's controlling the offense. Calling things out. Robert Smith steps in right into the 3-point line with a jump shot, no good. Deion Joyner could not get the rebound. Ball is kicked out to Janard Simpkins, who's being guarded by Robert Smith. Cross Robert Smith up, goes underneath the basket, down low to Isaiah Bell. Isaiah Bell, no foul call. The ball is out, and the ball will belong to Richard Bland. Ball will belong to Richard Bland. Deion Joyner looked like he had committed a foul there, but referees called no call. Stanley Taylor back into the back. Stanley Taylor back into this game. Stanley Taylor taking the ball out. Stanley Taylor, Tim Bing Jr., Deion Joyner, Javon Arrington, and Miles Marklin on the court for Richard Bland. Ball back up to Miles Marklin right now. Over to Tim Bing Jr. Tim Bing Jr. calling the offense up, 7:43 here in this contest, and Tim Bing Jr. has the ball over to Javon Arrington. Tim Bing Jr. for 3, top of the key. Tim Bing Jr. with 3, and that's Tim Bing Jr. 4th 3-pointer of the contest. Tim Bing Jr. With 12 points from behind the 3-point line. Tim Bing Jr. with 16 points overall. Tim Bing Jr. has extended Richard Bland lead back to 10, 64-54. 7:15 left in this contest. Javon Arrington there. Stanley Taylor out on the ball now. Miles Marklin over LaMelo Anderson. LaMelo Anderson right now. Orlando Jackson with the ball kicking over to Bryant. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Anderson down low. Blocked. The ball is blocked. And shot clock violation. Shot clock violation on Janard Simpkins. The ball did not hit the basket. It was blocked. The ball was blocked. It did not hit the basket. And it's 64-54, 6 minutes and 56 seconds. And no one got back down on the shooter. And he's fouled. Miles Marklin is fouled. And he will go to the line and shoot 2. They was mad about the shot clock violation, and no one got back. And Richard Bland got the ball down to Miles Marklin. Miles Marklin is fouled. And he will be shooting 2 at the free throw line, 64-54, 6 minutes, 52 seconds left in this contest. And Richard Bland leads by 2. First free throw is up and it's good. Miles Marklin takes the first free throw, 65-54. Richard Bland leads by 11. Janard Simpkins takes the seat, as well as Ronald Davis, who will take the seat as well. for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. And Coach Coleman looked like he's upset at Jadar Simpson because he never got back. Still worried about this play. Second free throws up, no good. But rebound goes back to Miles Martin. Miles Martin gets it away. Tim Bing Jr. for three. And no good, but Deion Jordan with the rebound, but it's knocked away from Deion Jordan. Dupree with the ball, pushing it up the court. A 3-on-1, Richard Bland. Right now, Mike Gatson, LaMelo Anderson, left wing, behind the three-point line, guarded by Robert Smith, steps inside the three-point line, and his shot no good. Javon Arrington with the rebound, pushes the ball to the court, has Miles Martin on the left wing, but decided not to pass to Tim Bing Jr. for three. And Tim Bing Jr. hits another three. That's Tim Bing Jr., fifth three-pointer of the afternoon. 5 3-pointers for Tim Bing Jr., and he leads 68-50. Richard Bland leads 68-54, a 14-point lead. 6 minutes and 8 seconds left. We have a foul on number 5, Stanley Taylor. Stanley Taylor with the fifth. Stanley Taylor with the foul, and he'll go to the line shooting 1-1 with the push. 1-1 by Bryant and Stratton. Bryant and Stratton with the 1-1. Stanley Taylor goes out as Harrison Mitchell comes back into this game. Harrison Mitchell back into the game, so as is the Jordan Forbes, who we haven't heard much of today. Jordan Forbes with got into foul trouble. He has 4 fouls and spent most of the time on the bench. And it could be another game if Jordan Forbes was in the game, but Jordan Forbes not even a factor in this contest. Second free throws up by Dupree. First free throws up by Dupree, and it's good. 68-55, Richard Bland, 13-point lead. 6:08 left here in this contest, and Richard Bland leads Bryant and Stratton Bobcats by 13 on this nice, beautiful afternoon. If you're listening to us on your car or on Fox Sports Radio 1340am.com, Richard Bland is up by 13. Second free throw by Dupree is up and is good. Free throw is good. 12-point lead by Richard Bland. 6 minutes left in this contest. 68-56, Richard Bland. And his foul on Orlando Jackson as he wraps around the back. Orlando Jackson foul. That's the 16th foul for Bryant and Stratton, and the ball will be taken out right here in front of us. And Tim Bing Jr. will take Javon Arrington will take the ball out for Richard Bland. As he takes the ball out for Richard Bland, Tim Bing Jr. gets the ball there in control of this offense. Tim Bing Jr. here, as we mentioned earlier, 5 3-pointers in this contest. Someone had to step out as DeAndre Clark went out looking as an ankle injury. Miles Martin ball over to Javon Arrington. Javon Arrington penetrates that right hand floater, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes back up, and puts the ball into the basket. Javon Arrington with the right hand floater, and that's Javon Arrington's 10th point of this afternoon. 10 points for Javon Arrington. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left here in this contest. Richard Bland up by 14, 70-56. Richard Bland. Jordan Forbes. We got a push off on Forbes, and that's Forbes' 5th foul. And Jordan Forbes will be out of the ball game, out of this contest. That's 5 foul on Jordan Forbes. And Forbes laughs. All he can do is laugh it off. And we have Miles Marklin. Ball was be taken out. That's a 17th foul on Bryant and Stratton. Jordan Forbes couldn't get out the blocks today. More fouls than points. More fouls than points this afternoon. Deion Jordan takes the ball out for Richard Bland as subs come into the game for Bryant and Stratton. Number 3, Roland Davis comes back into the game for Bryant and Stratton, who replaced Jordan Forbes. Ricky Hicks with the ball. Tim Bing Jr. takes a seat on the bench. Ricky Hicks with the ball right now, penetrating over to Miles Marklin, who scoops it up. Miles Marklin, who dribbles down low, trying to get it down to Harrison Mitchell, who misses the rebound, who couldn't get the ball back over to Javon Arrington, who steps out but penetrates back to the middle, kicks it out to Miles Marklin. Marklin sets his feet for 3 and is good. Miles Marklin for 3. 73-56, Richard Bland. Richard Bland right now with a 17-point lead over Bryant and Stratton Community College. 4 minutes and 51 seconds here. Richard Bland has jumped out in the second half to a big commanding lead. It was close at one point. Dupree with the right-hand floater, no good. Rebound, Ezekiel Ingram. Ezekiel Ingram with the rebound. Foul on Harrison Mitchell. And Ezekiel Ingram will go to the line and shoot 2. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this contest. Richard Bland leads 73-58 over Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. Jaquan Wooten comes back into this game with 4 fouls. Deion Jordan goes out of the game right now. And you have Ezekiel Ingram, who's shooting one as he made the 2-point basket, and see if he can close the gap a little bit to this lead. Second free throws up and is no good. Rebound, Harrison Mitchell. Ricky Hicks pushes the ball back up the court, kicks it over to the left wing, over to Miles Marklin. Marklin back to Ricky Hicks, back over to Miles Marklin, right wing. Javon Arrington with the ball at the top of the key here. Kicks it over to Ricky Hicks, who's been moving underneath the baseline. Jaquan Wooten sets this pick, screen over there to Jaquan Wooten down low. Jaquan Wooten makes the extra pass to Javon Arrington. Arrington back to Miles Marklin. Marklin for another three. It is no good. Rebound, DeAndre Dupree, who's back in the game from an earlier injury, as he goes to the basket, and he's blocked by Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten said all that fancy stuff and all those fancy moves won't get you the basket today. Not in my house, a la Dikembe Mutombo. Jaquan Wooten with the block. 73-58, 4 minutes and 8 seconds left here in this game as Richard Bland leads by 15, 73-58. Bryant and Stratton's ball as they try to get the ball in. Harrison Mitchell knocks it away, and the ball goes out to Miles Marklin. Marklin to Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks to the basket and drive, no good. And Ricky Hicks is fouled. Ricky Hicks with the layup, and he's fouled. Ricky Hicks will go to the line and shoot two for Richard Bland Statesman. The score is 73-58. 4 minutes left in this contest. Richard Bland has a commanding lead of 15 points over Bryant and Stratton. Let's see if Ricky Hicks can hit both of these free throws and allow in a continuous lead. Free throw is up, and it's no good off the rim. Ricky Hicks misses the first free throw of two, and it's no good. Richard Bland, let's see if Ricky Hicks can sink the second free throw for Richard Bland. Second free throw is up, and it's still no good. But Jaquan Wooten with the rebound kicks it back out to Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks Jr. with the ball. Down low to Harrison Mitchell. Harrison Mitchell turnaround jumper, and it's good. Harrison Mitchell with the jumper, and it is good. Harrison Mitchell with the jump shot, and it's good for Harrison Mitchell. Mike Gadsden with the ball here for Richard Bland. Deep three, and it's no good. Rebound, Roland Davis down low to Jared Simpkins, no good. Rebound Davis. Davis put the ball back. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left here, and it's like, and we're gonna have a timeout from Bryant and Stratton. Bryant and Stratton with the full timeout. As he taking full timeout, we're gonna take a full timeout. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in this contest. Richard Bland leads Bryant and Stratton Bobcats by 15.
Mimi wants you to become aware of Heritage Custom Cabinets located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. Heritage Custom Cabinets designs and builds the cabinets you desire at a price you can afford. They have a custom selection showroom to explore the way you want your cabinets made. When designing cabinets, Mimi will walk you through every detail, from the colors to the countertops to the perfect stone backsplash. She loves to design and build quality cabinets just for you. Heritage Custom Cabinets is located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. The main number is 861-5251. That number again is 861-5251. Call Heritage Custom Cabinets today to get started with your fantastic kitchen.
This is Jerry Williams, Hopewell High School class of 1964 and president of the John Randolph Foundation. John Randolph Foundation partners with local communities and organizations in Hopewell, Prince George, and the surrounding areas to support good health and bright futures. Through our grants and scholarships, we fund programs that make your neighbors' lives better. Visit us on Facebook to learn more. John Randolph Foundation, healthy communities, bright futures.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Statesman Hall as the Richard Bland Statesman lead over the Bryant Stratton Bobcats, 75-60. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left here in this contest as Richard Bland has a 15-point lead. Ricky Hicks will take the ball out underneath the basket for Richard Bland. And as Richard Bland hits the ball here to try to get the ball inbound, full court press by Bryant and Stratton. Gets the ball out to Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks pushing the ball across. We got a travel on Ricky Hicks. Traveling violation. And the press by Bryant and Stratton caused the turnover. And the ball will go back to Bryant and Stratton. 3:19 left in this contest. Bryant and Stratton's ball. 15 down by 15 points. We've seen crazier things happen here in the NJCAA. Richard Bland has a lead of 15 points. Bryant and Stratton looking to come back. DeAndre Dupree with the ball right now guarded by Miles Markman. Richard Bland is playing the man-to-man offense, man-to-man defense here. Dupree dribbles and penetrates to the basket, and he is fouled by Miles Markman. Miles Markman with another foul. That's 2 fouls on Miles Markman. That's the second foul for Miles Markman here in this contest. Miles Markman second foul, and Dupree will go to the line and shoot 2. 3:04 in this contest. Richard Bland 17-7. Richard Bland 75. Bryant and Stratton Bobcats 60. First free throw up by Dupree. Let's see if it's good. And the first one is good. We have a 14-point lead. Richard Bland, 3:04 here. And Coach Coleman is putting guys on off the bench in there. Isaiah Bell will come in, check for Roland Anderson. Anderson will take a seat on the bench, as well as number 0, Gadsden, as in the game as well. DeAndre Dupree takes the second free throw. Second free throw by Dupree is up. And the free throw is good. He knocks down both free throws. So Robert Smith comes into the game for Harrison Mitchell. Harrison Mitchell takes his seat on the bench right now. Full court press here by Bryant and Stratton as he tries to get the ball in. Ball into Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks gets the ball into, as he pushes the ball up the court, over across the timeline to Robert Smith. Robert Smith down low to Jaquan Wooten, but it's knocked away by Dupree. Dupree over to Gadsden. Gadsden looked to shoot a 3, but it's no good. But Richard Bland got back on defense. Right now playing a 1-2-2 zone. Bottom down low. Pick from Isaiah Bell as Dupree trying to penetrate over to Gadsden. Gadsden deep 3 right side corner, and it's no good. Miles Markman with the ball. Who kicks it out to Ricky Hicks on the right side of the court. Ricky Hicks looks to penetrate back over to Miles Markman, who's slowing everything down. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in this contest, and Richard Bland is up by 13. No foul yet. Ricky Hicks with the left hand, and in the foul, he's fouled. Trying to put the ball up with the left hand, he is fouled. He will go to the line and shoot 2. Ricky Hicks will shoot 2. Foul on number 1. That's a 10-9 foul. Jackson ball. Ricky Hicks will be shooting 2. Let's see if Ricky Hicks can sink both of these free throws and extend his lead for Richard Bland, 75-62. 13-point lead for Richard Bland. 2:19 left in the game. First free throw is up and is no good. Richard Bland subs come in for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. We have Ezekiel Elliott comes in, as well as Roland Davis, and number 1, Londo Jackson comes in as well. Isaiah Bell leaves the game and checks back into this game. So we'll see if Ricky Hicks can hit the second free throw and what contest second free throw and extend this Richard Bland lead. Second free throw 75-62. Second free throw is up, and it is no good. Rebound almost by Robert Smith, but he knocks it back out to Bryant and Stratton Bobcats with the ball. Orlando Dupree has the ball here in the contest. Who kicks it over to Garrett Simpkins. Simpkins loses the ball to Jaquan Wooten. Jaquan Wooten with another steal tonight, or a block and steal. Ricky Hicks with the ball. 1 minute, 58 seconds left here. Ricky Hicks dribbling the ball around, and Coach Moore's telling him to spread the ball out. 17 seconds, and we have a foul on number 1, Orlando Jackson, who smacks the wrist of Ricky Hicks Jr. on number 1, and that's his second foul. That's Jackson's second foul, and Jackson swear he hits all ball, but that's not what the guys in the black and white saw. They saw a hit on the wrist, and Ricky Hicks will go to the line shooting free throws, and Ricky Hicks just missed his last 2 free throws. Richard Bland's in the double bonus, so we're going to have a timeout here by Bryant and Stratton. And as they take a timeout, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 as your Richard Bland Statesman lead 75-62 over the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats.
We play physical. You're listening to Hopewell High School.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. If you're looking for quality new or used trucks, Stroh-Snyder features the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh-Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oak Lawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. Stroh-Snyder has been in business since 1966.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? Well, I know where I go, and that's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Statesman Hall. 151 left in this contest. Richard Bland leads 75-62, 13-point lead for Richard Bland Statesman as they try to improve here in the region conference. They try to improve their record of 15-2, 23-5 overall if they win. Ricky Hicks with the free throw is up and is good. Good free throw by Ricky Hicks as Ricky Hicks Jr. sinks the free throw, 76-52, 14-point lead. 151 left here in this contest as Richard Bland has a 14-point lead over Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. Second free throw is up and it's good. Ricky Hicks Jr. knocks both Ricky Hicks knocks both free throws down. Tim Bing Jr. is back in the game. Ricky Hicks will take a seat on the bench. Tim Bing Jr. has been one of the major stars of this game. 19 points for Tim Bing Jr., 13 points for Miles Markland. 13 points for Miles Markland. Tim Bing Jr. with 19 points as well. Richard Bland now hit Dupree with the ball. Dribble to the basket and lays it up over Javon Arrington, and it is good. We have a timeout here by Bryant and Stratton. Coach, a 30-second timeout. Has he taken a 30-second timeout? We're going to take a 30-second timeout as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Fox Sports. Listen to Richard Bland Basketball here on Fox Sports Radio 1340.
Feed and Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Hairtech Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Hairtech Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs, located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia, for all your lawn and garden needs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Statesman Hall as your Richard Bland Statesman leads 77-64 over the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. 135 here left in this half. In this ball game, Richard Bland ball working left to right to your radio dial, and Bryant and Stratton right now with a full court press. Richard Bland breaks the press, and Miles Markland is fouled. He will go to the line and shoot two since we're in the double bonus. Miles Markland go to the line and see if he can extend his lead, 77-64, 13-point lead. It's been a team effort today by Richard Bland as the leading scorer. DeAndre Clark goes down with a apparent ankle injury, a foot injury, and a lot of guys have stepped up. You have several teammates in double figures right now. You have Miles Markland with double figures with 13 points, Tim Bing Jr. off the bench with 19. You have Javon Arrington, who contributed 10 points today. It's been a team effort for the Richard Bland Statesmen as they get the 77-point, as they have this 13-point lead with 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this contest as they push the Bryant and Stratton pushes the ball up the court, and Miles Markland missed both free throws. The ball is being pushed back up the court. Tim Bing Jr. right now taking the ball out. Ricky Hicks is back into the game. Jaquan Wooten, 6 points today. Ricky Hicks back in the game with 8 points. So, like I said, mentioned, it's been a team effort by the whole team in order to get this W over the Bryant Stratton team. Started off to a slow start for the Richard Bland Statesmen, but they picked up here in the second half after some instruction and some leadership by Coach Moore. Ball's over to Ricky Hicks. Ricky Hicks looks to penetrate. Back over to Javon Arrington. Don't need the three here. They just looking to burn clock right now. Tim Bing Jr. penetrates to the basket, and the basket off the glass, and he lays up in one. That's 21 points there for Tim Bing Jr., who has been in one of his best games of here at Richard Bland. He was named the player of the week last week for Richard Bland College, 79-64, 15-point lead. Tim Bing Jr. to the line to see if he can push this lead up to 16 points for Richard Bland. We'll be shooting one free throw and see if he can complete the and one. Free throw is up, and it's no good off the back of the rim. But Tim Bing Jr. saves the ball, but he kicks it out to Bryant and Stratton. 1 minute left in this contest, 13-point lead, 15-point lead, Richard Bland over Bryant Stratton Community College. Richard Bland right now in the 2-3 zone, and this contest is almost over. Richard Bland hand check on Tim Bing Jr., and that will be Tim Bing Jr. Fourth foul by Tim Bing Jr. And he will go, and Bryant and Stratton will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws since they were in a double bonus. Number 11, Denard Simpkins will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. 1 minute, 55 seconds left in this contest. Javon Arrington has just checked back in the game, as well as Stanley Taylor. Free throws up, and it's no good. Free throws no good. Stanley Taylor's back in the game for Javon Arrington, as Tim Bing Jr. stays in as well. Tim Bing Jr., Ricky Hicks, as well as Jalen Jackson. Robert Smith in the game for the Richard Bland Statesman. Second free throws up, and it's no good. Rebound. The ball is out of bounds, and it will be remain to Bryant and Stratton Community College's ball. Bryant Stratton Bobcats ball, who coming off a tough loss to Lewisburg on the 15th of February and had to come here to Statesman Hall to play this Richard Bland team, who was number 2 in the Region 10 Conference. They had 2 tough games, and they walking away here with a loss, as Richard Bland has a commanding 15-point lead, 79-64 over Bryant and Stratton Community College. 43 seconds left here in this contest. Richard Bland up by 15. Not looking to play a shot here. Passing the ball here. Tim Bing with the ball, looking to penetrate to the basket. As he goes to the basket, turn around, shot no good. Jalen Jackson with the ball, but it's a foul here on the floor on number 20. DeAndre Dupree with the push there, and it looked like Stanley Taylor go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. 29 seconds left in this contest. Shot clock is now off. And Richard Bland will get the W here, move to improve their record. As we mentioned, 14-2 in conference, only trailing behind Lewisburg. Lewisburg is the only team they lost to into conference right now. 23-4 overall. See if they can move up in the polls in the national ranking. Right now, they're ranked number 8 after the loss to Lewisburg Hurricanes last week. Free throw up by Stanley Taylor is good. Stanley Taylor with the free throw. He's contributed today with 5 points for the Richard Bland Statesman. Second free throw is up, and it's good. Hit both free throws. 7 points for Stanley Taylor tonight for the Richard Bland. Shot clock is off, 81-64. Richard Bland 17-point lead. No reason. Ball's out to Ricky Hicks, and that will probably do it for the night. 20 points, 81-66, 15-point lead. Richard Bland Statesman as they play for the last shot. Bryant Stratton's not going to foul. The ball game is over, and Richard Bland get out of here with a 15-point win, 81-66. Richard Bland, as he mentioned earlier, improved their record to 23-4 overall, 15-2 in conference. Richard Bland leads. Get the win and get the W, 81-66. We're going to take a quick commercial break, hopefully come back with Coach Moore and talk about the win that Richard Bland had tonight over Bryant Stratton Community College, and then Richard Bland's next home game here on Fox Sports Radio 1340. They will be playing. They will take on Vans Granville College at 7 p.m. on the 22nd. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Fox Sports Radio here you listen to Richard Bland's The Statesman Basketball here on Fox Sports Radio 1340. We'll be right back after this break.
This is Laura, pastor of Hopewell's Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, and I invite you to come visit us sometime. We're a church that not only worships together each Sunday morning at 11, but on Tuesday nights serve our members and those from the community by bowling together at the 15th Street Bowling Alley from 6:30 to 8:30. The first Saturday of each month, we offer a free breakfast starting at 8:30. And each Sunday, rotating between afternoons and evenings, we offer a youth program for middle schoolers and high schoolers. We also have a preschool for ages 3 and 4. We support missionaries in Haiti and Russia, regularly support the Super Kids ministry throughout the Tri-Cities, and the Big Brother and Big Sisters program here in Hopewell. We think that the most important thing that we can do in our life is to give back to the Lord for how graciously and generously He has loved us in Christ. As we love God with all of ourselves and our neighbor as ourselves, we see lives changing for Christ, youngsters becoming mentored, the community being strengthened, and the Tri-Cities becoming more hopeful, joyful, and peaceful in the midst of the chaos of the world. I invite you to come check us out, Woodlawn Presbyterian Church, 1201 Blackstone Avenue, right here in Hopewell.
Shoes need repairing? Don't know where to take them? Cavalli's Leather Shop and Shoe Repair, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell is the place to go. Cavalli's features a complete line of motorcycle apparel, including vests, jackets, chaps, road packets, tool pouches, and gloves. Need a patch sewn on your biker's vest? Cavalli's is the place. They also carry Western boots and hats. That's Cavalli Shoe Repair and Leather Shop, 3514 Oaklawn Boulevard in Hopewell. Phone 458-2016. Open 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturday. For all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting, Call Ingram and Associates Real Estate at 804-458-9873. This announcement brought to you by Delegate Riley Ingram, representing the 62nd District in Virginia's House of Delegates, consisting of Hopewell, Prince George, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. You may call Delegate Ingram on his direct phone at 804-452-2202. The number again for Ingram Associates, 458-9873.
It sure was great watching the U.S. archery team do so well in the Olympics.
It sure got me excited for archery season starting October the 1st.
Come by Dance's Sporting Goods and check out our huge selection of bows by Matthews and Elite.
And any accessories that you might need. Or just bring your bow in and have one of our archery techs tune it up and get you ready for your season.
Come on, get you some.
Dance's Sporting Goods at South Park Boulevard in Colonial Heights. Like us on Facebook or check us out online at dancesportinggoods.com.
Mimi wants you to become aware of Heritage Custom Cabinets located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. Heritage Custom Cabinets designs and builds the cabinets you desire at a price you can afford. They have a custom selection showroom to explore the way you want your cabinets made. When designing cabinets, Mimi will walk you through every detail, from the colors to the countertops to the perfect stone backsplash. She loves to design and build quality cabinets just for you. Heritage Custom Cabinets is located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. The main number is 861-5251. That number again is 861-5251. Call Heritage Custom Cabinets today to get started with your fantastic kitchen.
This is Jerry Williams, Hopewell High School class of 1964 and president of the John Randolph Foundation. John Randolph Foundation partners with local communities and organizations in Hopewell, Prince George, and the surrounding areas to support good health and bright futures. Through our grants and scholarships, we fund programs that make your neighbors' lives better. Visit us on Facebook to learn more. John Randolph Foundation, healthy communities, bright futures.
We play physical. You're listening to Hopewell High School Sports on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM. Hopewell High School Sports. I love it here.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? Well, I know where I go, and that's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
Hello, my name is Andy Clark, and I'm an agent with Ligon Jones Insurance Services in downtown Hopewell. I'm here to tell you that at Ligon Jones Insurance, we're dedicated to serving you. You've heard all the gimmicks and sales pitches from 800 number and online companies, and we can offer all the same options, such as accident forgiveness, disappearing deductibles, 24-hour claim service, home and auto discounts, and much, much more. What we offer that they can't is local knowledge and experience, a broader selection of companies and coverages, and personal service. When you call, email, or stop by Ligon Jones Insurance, you will speak to Lucky, Sherry, or myself, and you will not have to press 1 for English or wait for the next available representative. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. At Ligon Jones Insurance Services, we have over 60 years experience. We all live in the Tri-Cities area, and we support many different local charities. From hot dog carts to hotels, we can cover it all. So if you want better pricing, better coverage, and better service, all from a company that gives back to the community, call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet post-game show. We're sitting here with Coach Chuck Moore as the Richard Bland Statesman get the win tonight, 81-66. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It wasn't pretty, but we pulled it out.
Yeah, it was a team win. I guess the question all the listeners want to know, how is DeAndre Clark? Have you gotten a report yet? Went down in the first play of the first half.
Yeah, it's probably a grade 2 sprain. Hopefully nothing worse than that. So, minimum probably 2 weeks.
Definitely. With that, being said, he had a lot of guys step up tonight, especially Tim Bing Jr., who came in, hit 5 3-pointers for you guys, and pulled out 21 points in his game. So you got a lot of bench play tonight, a lot of different lineups. We saw Ricky Hicks as well as Tim Bing on the court at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we when you're down 3 guards, it changes your rotation a lot. So we had to go to it, and it was a different type of rotation. But at the end of the day, I don't think we really had the energy today that we should have.
It took off another game, 2 games in a row with a slow start in the first half, or picked it up in the second half. How come you guys are getting off to a slow start?
That's their approach to the game. To be honest with you, I think that we're trying to work on that mentality and how to get prepared for games, even though, we beat them by 33 last time. That's a tough one. They got to have the maturity to be able to raise up and come at it like it's a 0-0 game. And they're not quite there. That's the immaturity in them. But if we talk about it, if they want to do something special, they've got to approach every game a little bit better.
Good game. Good defensive game for you guys, causing a lot of turnovers. Jaquan Wooten was 7 to 8 blocks in the game. And Stanley Taylor also off the bench gave you guys a big spark to this afternoon.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, he got hungry and, he's active. Sometimes we need a little bit more physicality from him underneath. But, yeah, he definitely contributes. It's great to see him starting to figure it out.
Coach, you guys are sitting in the second spot right now in the Region 10. Look like you may be able to lock that spot up here this week or in the next game. What are you telling you guys down the stretch? Two more games left before playoff time.
We got to get better. I mean, I don't think we're getting better right now, and that's a problem. And it doesn't help to have some key guys out. But I think that if they would approach the game a little bit differently, we play harder in practice sometimes, and I don't understand that. So really, the motto right now is getting better.
Definitely getting better. Next game is the Hall of Fame game, alumni game, February 22nd, 7 p.m. You're taking on Van Gransville. You guys won early against them this year. And got a game coming up here. And like I said, it's a home game. Everybody's been relaxing. The last several games have been at home. 7 out of their last 8 games are here at Statesman Hall. Guys coming here, relaxing, and getting ready for the region playoffs. So you got young guys here. Are anybody besides DeAndre Clark coming back to you guys? Tavares Smith has been out for a while. Is he coming back to you before playoff time?
Travis is pretty much done for the year. Brandon should be back without a doubt. Got a sprained MCL, so he should be back. Dre should be back. So hopefully by the time we get into tournament time, we'll be full strength.
Definitely, Brandon adds that excitement off the bench and that energy to the team that he needs. It comes off, and he does that scrappy stuff, get the rebound, fall on the floor for the ball as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Coach Chuck Moore, the head coach of the Richard Bland Statesmen, and they get the win over Bryant and Stratton Bobcats today, 81-66. Coach, last question before we let you go here. Good crowd tonight. Got a lot of promotions going on. Next promotion is alumni night. Which alumni do you know are coming back?
We recognize Michael Gray and Eric Cunningham, that we are inducting them into the Hall of Fame, and which is rightfully earned by them. And hopefully we're trying to bring any alumni, not just the basketball alumni, anybody that was an alumni from the school. Come on, we're having a halftime reception for you. That hopefully you'll see some old friends and meet some new ones, because we've got a very strong history here, and we're hoping to continuously engage in everybody that attended part of their college career here.
Once again, Richard Bland Statesman pick up the win over the Bryant and Stratton College Community Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, 81-66. Coach Chuck Moore, we just want to appreciate it. Thank you, and congratulations on the win.
Thank y'all very much as always, and thanks to our Statesman's fans.
No problem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on Fox Sports Radio 1340. As we can close this game out, once again, Richard Bland, 81-66 win over the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats. We'll be right back here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 with more Fox programming. Join us Tuesday night as the Richard Bland Statesmen take on the Van Gransville team, and also it's Hall of Fame and Alumni Night. As you mentioned, Coach Moore said to inductees, if you're used to be a Richard Bland Statesman or a Richard Bland alumni, come out and support the Richard Bland Statesmen as they take on the Van Gransville team tonight on Wednesday night, February 22nd. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on Fox Sports Radio 1340. Good night.
At Owen Insurance Agency, you're not just another number to us. We're small enough to know you and large enough to meet your insurance needs. As an independent insurance agency, we have many available options to get you the best rate through the Hartford, Grange Insurance, Northern Neck, Progressive Insurance, or Dairyland Motorcycle. We offer great auto rates for all drivers and excellent homeowners coverage. You can also receive discounts when you combine your auto and home policies with us. Call or visit to compare. Let us do the shopping for you. Owen Insurance, 507 North 4th Avenue, Hopewell, 458-9400. That's 458-9400.